everybody, I'm Orlando Cardenas, and welcome to another episode of the Wolfpack Show. With me are my co-hosts, Mr.
Aaron Lee.
Eddie Mendoza.
And we're talking about 10 energy wasters to avoid. Guys, first of all, hello.
What's up? How are you?
How's everybody doing today?
I'm all right.
Good.
Awesome. Okay, so 10 energy wasters to avoid. All right.
Let's do it, man.
First one, do not waste energy on people that don't support you.
Okay.
Who wants to take this one?
I love it. No haters, right?
No, fuck the haters. But you know what? I'm gonna say this. Haters are my rocket fuel.
They are.
All right.
They are. They drive
help
us, bro.
blast me
Yeah.
past the stratosphere. Okay. So my haters, I know you're watching because you tell me you're watching. I love you guys. Mwah. Saludos. Okay.
Nice.
I just have to get that out of the way.
Haters are definitely rocket fuel, but I love for them to hate because it's better that way.
Is it really?
It
You
makes
know what?
it-
You should make a shirt.
If you're
that
not,
says
should
if
that.
you
make it
ain't
that
doing
way.
shit right, you do not have haters. People
sure.
that are not doing anything and not accomplishing anything and are just kind of like in limbo, they don't have people that hate on them. The biggest thing about this is check it out. Haters, and I know that's not exactly what you mentioned, but with haters, here's the deal with haters. People feel very insignificant about somebody, especially when that somebody is somebody that came up from the same upbringing,
Yes.
background that they did as well.
Preach, brother. Preach.
And they're not able to make it because if that motherfucker made it, that means that you have no excuse to fucking make it, dude.
Exactly.
Exactly,
None.
It shines a light on them. I think to them in a negative light because they're like, well, dang, if he made it, what's my
What the
excuse?
fuck is wrong with
yeah,
me?
what's
Why
my,
am I
what's my
not making
excuse?
it? Yeah.
For sure. I've always said this. If people like to talk about me, it's only because their life is so fucking boring that they have nothing to talk about themselves.
Yeah.
But okay.
And Orlando has a lot of haters. I got
I
a
have
card
a
reading.
lot of
him.
haters. I have
They
a
talked
lot of
about this
haters.
guy the other day.
But you know what? For every hater that I have, I must have 10 supporters. I mean, I have a very strong foundation of just people that they know they can rely on me because I'm there for them.
Sure.
At the same time, they turn on and they love on me back, right? But the haters are always going to be there. And again, I love them. I really do.
And with
What do we got for number 2?
well, I'll say with you, I've noticed that it's not just friends; it's actually colleagues, people that done business with you as well, who take that liking.
Oh,
to
haters
you
are going
and
to
you.
take a multitude of personalities, a multitude.
Well, no, but I've noticed that even
That's going to be anywhere, dude.
It's not usually with Orlando. It's usually not just business. It's usually personal as
Yeah.
well.
You're-
It turns into personal.
The people that are
with
closest
people
to you are going to be the ones that will be the first to fucking cast a stone, right? Or the first to throw you in the fire. The ones that are the closest to you. It's never the ones that are further away. It's always the ones that are closer.
You need to get y'all some haters.
Yeah.
What
But
do-
get y'all
here's
some
here's the
haters.
thing about the haters. Whether they're personal or business, I really don't give a fuck about either one of them. To me, fuel is fuel. And I
Fuel
take
is
it.
fuel.
When it comes to the energy that we don't want to waste time on, when it comes to the people that don't support us, I don't lose sleep about the people that don't believe in us.
Sure.
I've had people when we first started about starting this podcast, I've had people tell me,
We have a podcast?
yeah, it's a pretty fucking badass one.
Oh,
too.
that's what those cameras are.
I've had people tell me a podcast. Like, what makes you think you can go up there and give advice? One, because I've been through a lot and I'm still standing. Like, you didn't take
And
me
we
out.
fucking can.
Yeah,
'Cause we
you didn't
fucking
take
can.
me out. You didn't take these guys out. Life has taken its best fucking shot, and guess what? We're still here.
What do you got for
okay?
number 2, brother?
Well, number 2 is don't waste energy on wondering what people think about you. Again, going back to the whole hater
Haters,
bullshit.
yeah.
Okay, Eddie, someone doesn't like you. Right?
I don't like
it's
you.
Aaron, it's impossible
I
for people
don't
to
like
like everything about us, right? How do you approach that?
I don't give a fuck.
No,
Basically,
damn.
that's just how
You
it
heard
goes.
it
I
here
just
first,
don't
folks.
give a
This is
fuck.
what I say, man. If they don't pay my fucking bills, they're not going to visit me in the hospital or in jail. They're not even going to give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
You don't fucking matter, bro.
For sure.
But most importantly, you don't pay my bills. Because nobody pays my bills. They couldn't even afford my fucking bills. If they wanted to, they're out of the fucking question. They're
But you
done.
also,
I don't
if you
give a
grow up in some hood shit, you don't give a fuck. Anymore.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm
I don't know what
Southside.
that's
When
about.
it comes to the hood stuff,
You don't give a fuck.
I was going through stuff that adults don't go through in middle school.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
we see
me
stuff
too.
in the hood that I'm telling you, adults my age nowadays don't even see yet. But okay,
Yeah.
so anyways, next one, number 3. Don't waste your energy on one-sided or toxic relationships. Eddie, you take this one real quick.
Damn, I'm the expert on this one.
You're a fucking expert, bro.
So, yeah, definitely, and I've learned that the hard way. I think we all
still
have.
learning.
We've all learned that the hard way.
Yeah, we all learn it, yeah.
So yeah, it was difficult, but it was a learning experience. I learned from it. I took from it. I don't bring that shit into other relationships. I mean, it's just
See, and
You
that,
leave
that's
it
the
in the
point.
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the point. Boo-hoo. We've all been in screwed up relationships, right?
Yeah.
Get over it don't dwell on it.
Learn from the
Look,
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Learn from the motherfucker, bro.
Don't bring that on to the next relationship because now you're the problem.
gonna taint
And that's
it.
that's the
It's
one
gonna
thing you
taint
don't
it,
want.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Okay.
taint
So what do you think, Aaron? I mean, toxic relationships or one-sided relationships?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I'm a big advocate on, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this, but I'm a big advocate on relationships, one-sided relationships, and females bringing males down, right, in
Okay,
relationships.
yeah.
Like I said before in the last podcast, you know, as a successful man, I've never had a woman that's actually helped me get to where I'm at. If anything, they've always kind of brought me down.
Kind of like an anchor.
Always, dude.
Yeah.
Always, and it's really tough. I mean, being a successful man now. If you're talking about just regular, like, you know, I'm gonna go work, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna go work at Walmart. I'm gonna go work at HEB and just do what I need to do.
Sure.
That's fine. As an entrepreneur, successful, owning businesses, having employees, as you know, right? Having that like little voice in the side that doesn't need to be there as far as a toxic relationship, and somebody's like, well, where the fuck you at? Well, what the fuck you doing? Well,
Who's that bitch?
Yeah, who's that
Yeah.
bitch? Who'd you just fucking hire
That's
to
Eddie.
be? Who'd you just hire to be in your company? And you're like, motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know.
See, and that's the thing. I want to say 9 out of 10 times someone is wasting energy or just losing focus. It's on a toxic relationship. Yeah. Whether it's a friendship, you know, we have friends that really bring us down in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
We, you know, of course, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, maybe Sancho or Sancha.
Yeah.
You know, that's toxic. People have parents that bring them down. You know, they're afraid of the world and they don't want you to go through all these hardships.
It's
so
so
they bring
sad.
you down.
It's so sad. And, you know, this is kind of going off on a tangent, but most of our parents and our grandparents are living post-depression.
Yeah.
So they have a very scarcity mindset. They're not really trying to believe like how we believe. We're going to affirm things. We're going to believe that anything is possible in life, right? They're used to getting tickets to going and getting bread and eggs and all this other stuff. And it was passed down from one generation to the next. My mom and my dad are very post-depression. They're very scarcity mindset, you know, and it's hard to break away from that. And so you're right. That's also another toxic.
Yeah, and
relationship.
that you know, going off on that too, you know, Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book. If you've never read
Yeah,
Rich
it's
Dad Poor Dad,
awesome
you've
book.
got to read it. So
Awesome
he talks
book.
about that. He
Awesome.
talks about, you know, how post depression, you know, the
Right,
parents,
right.
you know, the grandparents, great grandparents, they didn't know how to invest their money. All they did was a penny earned is a penny saved, right? Us in our heritage, in our race, you know, Hispanic race. Mexican Americans, we don't teach each other how to do that. So that's something that's one-sided
It's
and toxic.
beautiful.
It's like,
That's
well, I
beautiful.
never invested. I never did this with money. I never took a chance. You shouldn't do it either.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
Scarcity
don't waste your energy on that. That's bullshit. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toxic
Especially
relationships,
toxic
whether it's
relationships.
friends, whether it's family, girlfriends.
Yeah.
All that kind of
How
stuff.
do you know you have a
Lose 'em.
toxic relationship? Because by the end of the day, if you have to go home and you're like, ugh, I
You feel
really
it.
don't want to
You-
go home.
you fucking-
or when you wake up in the
you-
morning
Yeah.
and
You
you're
will-
ready to go
you will
dig
feel
trenches
it.
at
You will feel
at
it.
work because you'd rather be there in the hot damn sun instead of, you know, having to do with homeboy or homegirl because they're just bringing you down. That's a fucking toxic relationship.
Yep.
There it is. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Next point, okay? Don't waste your energy on things that distract you or keep you away from your purpose. Aaron, we're going to go with you first.
I love it, man. I love that. That is such a great topic, right?
Well, thank you.
Part of it, yeah, absolutely. So, my biggest thing, right, as a young entrepreneur, as a single man, as somebody who's successful, I put God first, my business second, right, and my family third. I hate to say that, but
Oh, that's
if
a
my
good
business,
recipe, man.
if my business isn't flourishing, my family's not thriving, right?
Agreed, yeah.
So, with that being said, and this is one of the topics in 2 weeks I'm actually going to talk about, right, is your daily achievements and habits that make you a successful man.
Okay.
That's a topic I'm going to come up
Nice.
with, right?
I like that.
So, with that being said, wasting time, right? What are we doing when wasting time? Watching Netflix is one. Anything, and this is a great example. Anything that is
Wait. What's Netflix?
anything that's not contributing
That was a joke, by the way. These fuckers didn't even laugh.
anything that's not contributing or valued or in association with where you're trying to get or what you're trying to do, needs to be completely eliminated from anything that you're doing.
Okay, for example, Eddie, go off of that. What's an example that you think would be a time waster?
Probably
That's not contributing.
probably sitting in a bar all fucking day is one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You know, that's not one.
Beautiful.
That's one.
That's one of the top ones.
Probably
yeah.
wasting your money on drugs. That's probably
You know,
another.
drinking.
That's another one,
Drinking is bad for you.
It's terrible.
Don't do it.
Yeah,
Unless you're doing it on a
asshole.
podcast.
You don't want to be an asshole.
Yeah, unless you're doing it on a podcast and you're enjoying some Gentleman Jack with your
Yeah,
buddies.
it's true.
But anyways, so drinking. Okay, got you.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna go with one. Let's say for example, social media. Okay,
Oh,
now
definitely.
don't get
It
me
does.
wrong. There's a lot of people out there that they rely on social media for their businesses. We're that's us. We're in the business.
90% of my
public figures,
business
and what
comes from
we're
Facebook, yeah.
doing is we have to be relevant. We're constantly on there. But when you get into those TikTok, especially TikTok, I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok. You get into it, and 3 videos later, it's next week. Okay, I mean that's how quick you get distracted.
You're
and
there
before
all
you know
day,
you're done.
yeah.
So okay, Eddie, you got any more?
Well, I know on TikTok they even have those little videos that come and go, "Hey, we know you've been watching for an hour now."
They haven't seen those.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm not
seen
that
I've
far
done
into
it. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, they actually have those come up.
Eddie's job is TikTok though. He
Well,
manages
he's
our
fucking
social,
Eddie Funny Man Mendoza.
He manages our social media, so
Yeah.
he's got
So-
an excuse to be on it.
Well, and that's to say, unless you're like a Instagram model or a TikTok, or a public figure like we are, we actually reached the point of we're public figures now, guys. We're influencers. So,
Holla.
but yeah, I know.
I'm no
But
such thing.
that's
I'm no
unless
such
you're
thing.
doing that is a distraction. Okay.
Good. Yeah.
Okay.
definitely.
What do we got next?
Next one: excessive partying, drinking, or even doing drugs.
Did you say excessive porn?
Well, hey, that's hey. Shh. Okay.
Unless you're
excessive
into
partying.
porn and you're making money, then that's.
Well,
something
okay.
That's a
totally
good
different.
fucking
Yeah.
excuse me, good business to be in.
The porn business.
The porn.
So you tell me that what I do for free could be making me money?
You're just gonna look like that and you're gonna get
That
paid.
sounded like an infomercial. That sounded like an infomercial. You mean
Like
that I
this?
can
You
make
talking
money?
about this look right here?
No, okay, so go for it. Excessive
Excessive. Okay, so excessive partying, drinking, or even drugs. Okay, we all know those are bad energies. You don't like to bring them in.
Yep.
If you look at my personal social media pages, you'll always see me out somewhere. Again, I'm a public figure. Or, we get invited to a lot of events. When I'm not out in an event, I'm actually with my friends hanging out or whatever. You guys have gone out drinking with me, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me shit-faced drunk?
Never.
No, okay. Because I go out and have a good time. I love to dance. These boots are made for dancing. We all know that, right? So to me, that's not a distraction. But there are some people that they drink every single day. They're either high or down and dirty every single day, and they can't function because that's their main goal is to they basically they live for the weekend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Absolutely.
So-
Yeah, I think that's a big waste of time. The thing about it is that alcohol costs so much money, right? For one, I went to a Twin Peaks, and I'm plugging them now, right? They should sponsor us. I went to a Twin Peaks one time, and I didn't buy any alcohol at all. I walked out with spending $15, dude. But normally when I go to Twin Peaks, I walk out spending about $160.
Yeah, I know. I've been there when we.
Yeah. So definitely partying, alcohol. If it's not contributing to your purpose, it's not adding value to your purpose.
So it
Again,
drains your energy.
it out.
Yeah, because again, you have to wake up the next day. You're hungover. Some people
not
are
just
throwing
one day,
up.
yeah.
It there's a reaction. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Okay, so don't waste your energy on being unproductive. Which again, don't forget, guys. That's one of the red flags, guys and girls. That is one of the red flags that we have. A dating red flag. When someone is lazy or unproductive, that's not a good thing. So. One of my things again, one of the biggest energy drainers to me is just going home and doing nothing. Like absolutely nothing, knowing that there's a shitload of things to do. I mean, you don't get to be to a level of success that most of us want to be at by just going home and doing nothing. You got to stay on the ball, guys. Rebuttal.
I'm guilty of it. I mean, I'm very.
You're very guilty of it.
I'm
yeah.
very guilty
No,
of
I'm
it,
just kidding,
and I that's something that you've gotten on me about
Yeah.
before and stuff, and that's something I'm working on. That's just something that I'm.
Well,
that I'm
it is a
working on.
process, especially if you're used to it. In past relationships,
You're
look,
comfortable.
well,
That's the
I've had
thing, dude.
relationships where, I've had some pretty good women where they want to wait on me hand and foot, and I've always told them I appreciate it. I love the fact that you're trying to do these things for me. However, I am a man that, if you're busy, I got you. If I'm busy, you got me. That's cool. But if I'm just sitting there and just, hey, can you bring me this? Hey, can you bring me that? Hey, that's like one of my biggest pet peeves, especially if I can get up and get it myself, because I want to stay productive. I happen to believe that when someone's waiting on you hand and foot, it's like giving a man that can walk perfectly well crutches, and they don't need them.
I think, like, let's just cut all the bullshit out, man.
Spill it.
The number one thing is, and this is going to be my other topic, is
All these sneak peeks in one show.
People fucking cannot say no, bro.
Okay.
People do not have the self-control to say no. No to pizza, no to porn, no to drinking, no to drugs, no to time wasters, no to all this other stuff. That goes in with that. You're not supposed to be doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing. Say no. If it doesn't contribute or lead towards what you're trying to accomplish, cut that shit out. Dude.
Yeah, because if you're trying to be successful, that energy and that vibe has to be consistent. And anything that busts you out of that realm there or bumps you on a different path is an energy
hard.
waster.
It's fucking hard, dude.
Okay,
It's hard.
absolutely. Okay, don't waste energy on trying to involve people on your path or purpose. Eddie.
Right. So with that one, I mean, you can't waste your energy on trying to get people to believe in you.
Okay.
You just need to follow your path and your purpose, regardless of what anybody else
Well, because
says.
it's your path
Right.
and your purpose.
It's your path, and people may look at you and say, "Hey," you might tell somebody, "Hey, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to start this business."
Yeah.
They're going to whatever. We'll believe it when we see it. That sort of thing. And who gives a fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
Just do what you got to do.
I've always believed that I have a great idea when I share it with somebody, which I rarely share my ideas with anybody unless I'm going to involve them, but like a business partner or something. But I've always believed personally when I say to somebody, "Hey, this is what I'm going to do," or "This is what I'm doing," and they're like, "You're crazy," I know I'm on the right path because I am crazy. I don't think like they do. I do not limit myself based on your limits. I know that my limits are totally different. There is no roof or no ceiling above my head, but not everybody thinks like that. So again, I don't involve people that don't understand my vision or can't see the way I see.
So if I can interject
Okay,
real
go ahead.
quick, I'm sorry. As a business and entrepreneur, having employees that work for me, one of the biggest things is we all know Grant Cardone, right? And I'm probably doing another plug, so we can get him on. We can get him on the show.
Shout out to Grant Cardone.
Grant Cardone, 10x, real estate mogul, right? Impressive. One of his biggest things that he said in one of his interviews was that his greatest asset was people.
Of course,
right?
yeah.
And the thing is this, he said, I would sit down and interview them and I would ask them, tell me what your plans are. Tell me what your goals are. Where do you want to be in 5 years? If they weren't saying, I want to drive a Rolls Royce, I want to live in $1 million house, I want to have $2 million in the bank, any kind of big goals that set them up that high, he would cut them out immediately because he would know they're not motivated. They're not trying to get to where they are. I use that on my end when I interview employees and when I'm trying to get people to where I get. So I get that for people that are time wasters and are not going to be at that point. I think setting expectations and setting a guideline for people that can actually help you is great because I'll tell you what, I was one of those business entrepreneurs that wanted to do everything myself, and I didn't want to delegate my tasks out to anybody else, dude, because I was scared to lose my business. I was scared that somebody wasn't going to be able to do it the way that I could do it, right?
Yeah, because you want to micromanage.
And I think a lot of entrepreneurs have that mindset. The thing is really setting up the process to pick those people out because I think that we need people, dude, in order to grow.
Yeah, I've always said there is no such a thing as a self-made millionaire.
Right.
I don't even like the phrase. You guys have heard me say this before. What the fuck is self-made millionaire? I mean, there's so many people.
You're going to need somebody at
Yeah, I
some
mean, don't
point
get me wrong.
along the
Look,
way with
if
the
I
cost.
went to the convenience store and bought myself a lottery ticket and I hit the $1 million jackpot, I didn't need anybody to scratch the ticket from there to pick the numbers.
The fucking cashier to still.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he did his job. He got paid for his shit, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, no one picked the numbers out for me. I paid the money for it. Okay, maybe I'm a self-made millionaire at that point. But I mean, really, can you claim that? But I mean, and you're right, Aaron. We do need people, and I okay. So I think that goes back to being around the wrong people. You know, that's an energy waster. I mean, they really will waste your.
And
waste your energy.
it goes back to the Dan Pena, right? And here I am pushing more influencers, more motivational
Okay,
people.
Dan Pena, which is one of my biggest influencers.
Dan
I guess
Peña's
that's why I
great,
come across as an asshole. That guy is the fucking best.
He's fucking real, and he's true.
That's the problem.
We
Yes.
should do a podcast.
I've never heard of him.
on-
That's-
No,
I need to
okay.
watch that,
So
yeah.
Dan Pena is
He's
this,
a great
this little
motivational
guy. He's like a
speaker.
5'2"
Mexican.
man,
He's
Mexican guy, billionaire. This guy, he's just like he lets people have it.
The last thing that he said was, and we can go ahead and we can do our break on this, is that he said, and he did it, and so did Jim Rohn, right? But I think Dan Pena got it from Jim Rohn, is you are the average of the 5 people you hang around.
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
We'll get back on that one here in a second.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Aaron Lee. Back to the not to waste your energy things, but first we want to actually give a shout out to our sponsors, Bar 321, awesome bar here in San Antonio, Texas, Executive Transportation, and also to Chris Auto Detailing. Beautiful and awesome job on all the cars that we actually have. It was raining a couple weeks ago. He did a great job. So, but getting back into our topic, not to waste your energy. Orlando, what do we got?
So topic number 10: do not waste your energy on regret.
Regret. I love it.
All right, Eddie.
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to waste your time on looking back on the past. Of course, you can learn from what you've learned in the past and take that and
you?
use that in your in your current situations. Excuse me while I take a drink.
They always say, like, the greatest quote I've ever heard, and I keep throwing quotes out, I don't know what the hell's wrong with me today, is your rearview mirror is smaller than your front windshield.
Okay.
So you should
Yes.
never look back, always look forward, because your future is brighter than your past is. Right.
And it's more vast too. So, and look, in my personal life, are there some things I would do differently? Absolutely. Do I regret anything that I've done? With really, really, really minimal effort, to be honest with you. I know I can't change it anymore. All I can do is again focus on my path, my future, so that I can learn from my past. I'm not a perfect person, right?
Yeah.
My past it's riddled with mistakes. I mean, just 5 minutes ago I made a mistake. You know, we keep moving forward, right? But my goal is just to be a better person today than I was yesterday. And I think if we move forward doing that, I think there's a beautiful future ahead of us.
You know, the thing for me is that, and I've sat and riddled my mind with this concept of, like, what could we have done to make things better? What could we have done to actually, like, change the future? But dude, sometimes I feel like God, and we're men of God, right?
Of course.
I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes God will create things to happen, and there's nothing you can do to change the outcome, change the path. It's going to happen the way it's going to happen because the outcome that's set up for your purpose and your divine strategy from the Lord, right, is going to be to guide you where you need to be, man.
Well, of course. I mean, and life is like this. You know, you work out. You know, I work out occasionally. What is the goal to build a muscle? What do we do to the muscle
Put
first?
strain,
Okay.
put strenuous activity on your muscles, put pain, and cause them to grow.
Yeah. So, and we do all that. We put all that strain and all that stress on the muscle in the hopes of breaking it, right? Now,
Break down your muscle
we
fibers,
break
yeah.
it down so that it can build back up stronger. I am a firm believer that what didn't kill me made me stronger.
Yeah,
And I know it sounds cliche as hell, but you know what? It's the truth.
It's the truth.
It's an honest to God truth. But I don't sit back and regret anything that I've done because every single step that I've taken, I say this all the time. In the struggle, there's a lesson. Now it's up to you to learn it, learn from it and move forward. A lot of people will sit and soak about, I'm
should've
30
been
years
there,
old, I'm
yeah.
not married yet, I don't have a girlfriend, I don't have this, I don't have that. But hey, you know what? Get off it, get up, get something going. The regret, it's not gonna, it's a horrible energy waster. You're not gonna do anything positive with
Yeah.
that. Sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and just move forward.
Yeah. Life is very cyclical, man. Like, shit's going to repeat itself until you actually learn and understand and figure out what it is that you did wrong. You're going to continue to make mistakes and mistakes and mistakes until you actually get it right, man.
Okay, I have a question, $1 million question for each one of it, and then you guys can pose it to me. I'll
do
start
it.
with you, Eddie, first. The question is, one regret in your life. The one regret in your life that you can change, if you could, what would it be?
It was actually cheating.
Cheating.
I
okay.
cheated one time in a relationship, and
Only once?
and I didn't.
I can't believe one person's only cheated once.
I had one time I did it, and yeah, I still regret it to this day. And I'll probably go to my grave regretting it because the person I cheated on didn't deserve any of that. I guess, I don't know if they really ever do, but
Well, who
she,
does? Yeah.
she didn't really deserve the way I was treating her. And I was, at the end of the whole thing, and after just sitting back and thinking about it, it was the worst thing I think I've ever done. So I made a point from that point forward. I would
You're such a
never
nice guy.
do that. I would never do that again.
Yeah.
I'm never going to put myself through that because it was hard on me too. It
Well, yeah,
wasn't
no
just
one wins in
Yeah.
in cheating.
I really want to ask you a question, but I know that you're on a topic, so I'm gonna just continue. But I
Okay.
really want to ask.
Okay,
you a
so
question.
what's your regret?
being on this podcast,
Not doing it sooner.
dealing with y'all fucking
not
assholes.
doing it sooner. Yeah. That's a huge regret.
You know what,
We
dude?
should have done this a long fucking
You
time
know what,
ago.
dude? I don't have not one regret, man.
Really?
Not one, dude. Not one, dude.
Eddie,
I'm happy where
check
I'm
his
at.
oil
I'm-
level.
I'm
Is he a
happy where-
robot?
I'm happy where I'm at, dude, and everything happened the way it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back and see why it happened because of the way that it happened, right?
Okay.
And that's why I am where I am now. I'm fucking content, dude.
Gotcha.
I'm great.
Yeah.
I love it, dude.
See,
So
and-
I don't
and-
regret shit.
I'm content. I'm beyond content. The word content is kind of like I'm okay with how things have turned out, right?
Yeah,
I have a
you know.
regret. I'm a very successful person. I have people that love me. I really don't have anything to complain about. But I do have one regret, and that one regret is the fact that on my road to success and my road to accomplish my dreams and to set out and do or to do everything I set out to do, right, was that I did at a time neglect my time with my kids. And you guys have met my kids. My kids are sweet. They're lovable. They're well rounded. Their mom has just always implemented some good stuff, and I have too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't like abandon my kids, but
Yeah.
on the road to success,
Yeah.
there was a lot of things that I didn't catch in
I
the
get
beginning
that.
when they're little.
I get that.
And that's a big regret for me
It
because
is.
honestly, one, it was not their fault. And don't get me wrong, I always justified it by saying, I'm trying to give you guys the
life.
future,
Yeah.
or the life that I never had.
I
I
get
grew
that.
up dirt ass
I get
poor,
that,
dude.
dude.
And to me it was like I'm trying my best. Daddy is trying his best to give you something. And you know what? It's been a work in the making. I mean, I have been busting my ass for decades to get to where I want to be.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm not even there yet, okay? But the one regret I have of my whole, I have a lot of mistakes, but I have one regret, and that is not spending enough quality time with my kids. Because
I
now
get
my
that.
oldest is 25, my youngest daughter is 18, my son is 12. He didn't really catch a lot of that time away from dad.
Yeah.
But my daughters did. My daughters had to go through that. And again, that is one regret that I have. Now, I don't waste my time trying or my energy trying to, or I don't waste it regretting it, feeling bad about it, feeling sorry for myself or feeling sorry for them. I invest that energy in trying to make things better with them. That's how I take
So I
care
have
of
a
it.
rebuttal for you,
Go
right?
for it.
Because I was in the same boat. I owned a tattoo shop for 10 years. There towards the end, my kids started getting older. I lost a lot of time out with them.
Which
because
you have great kids, by the way.
I would work. Yeah, that goes to their moms for sure.
No, I give you some credit on that too,
I
but you're a
can't-
good
I-
dude.
I can't take full credit for that. But like, I would work from 2:00 in the afternoon all the way to 3:00 in the morning tattooing, dude.
Okay.
And so I lost time with my kids, right? So I totally get that. But my rebuttal to you is this. My rebuttal to you is that because I lost that time and I changed my career path after I started seeing them grow up and started realizing that I was missing things, is that I didn't learn to really appreciate the time that I had with them until I realized that I didn't have time with them.
Makes sense.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So, like, if I would have been with them, like, and worked and when I had them on the weekends and during the week and I was with them and whatever, I wouldn't have learned to appreciate the time with them, dude.
Okay, and you know what? I'm glad you said that because that makes perfect sense. Because, look, I've always been the guy that when I have my kids, it's all about them. We have all kinds of listeners and followers, and no one's perfect. We're not ever trying to push our feelings on somebody else. And you should be this way, you should be that way. We're suggesting certain things based on the fucked up lives that we've had thus far, and with the success we've had moving forward with the same advice that we're giving everybody else, right? Again, I've been through narcissistic relationships. I've had a lot of energy wasters in my time. I have been the red flag guy. I've dated the red flag girl. And so when we talk, it's not us trying to sound holier than thou. It's us just trying to say, look, with our experience, combined life experience of over 100 years, We want.
Hey, I'm not
people-
that old.
Well, combined experience. You know, we want to make sure that. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of guys out there like our associate producer Brandon that are really young, and we mentor the shit out of that guy. You know, we've got another associate
doing
producer,
great.
Jonathan Reese, that he's 28 years old, and we mentor the hell out of
They're
him
doing
too.
great. No
You know, and
kids, yeah.
they're-
Yeah.
You know what? They've from when we first picked them up, as mentees, they've grown. Okay, and the future is so bright for them because now they're seeing our roadmap.
And they can learn from our mistakes.
Yeah, because
Our
now
blueprint, right?
exactly our blueprint, our roadmap. They know how to build success because they're listening. And shout out to them because they listen. Not a lot of people that generation listen, but we do have times when we just say, look, I now that I fucked up so badly, I see things better. It's a clearer vision now. Hindsight, like they say, is 20/20. Looking back, you can see things crystal clear, and I see that. Like you said, that makes perfect sense, bro. Because now I can see you're right. Had I not spent that time with my kids or away from my kids, I wouldn't do what I do now. Because again, I'm one of those dads that, for me, it's all about my kids. And when we're together, it's like, what do y'all want to eat? Where do y'all want to go? What do y'all want to listen to? What do y'all want to watch? It's all about them. It's not like, hey, I got to go here because this is what I want to do.
I think when it comes to that, man, like, I completely get that, and that's great that they're gonna learn that. But coming back to not wasting your energy, that's just one of those things, man. It's like wasting your energy on time not spent with your kids, but learning to appreciate it.
Sure.
What do we got next, man?
Well, okay, so that's our top 10, all right? That's a 10.
Okay.
But, we know that there's a long list of energy wasters out there, okay? We know for a fact that 10 is just merely a suggestion, right?
Yeah.
These are the top 10 that I come to find through my research. Because, when we get these podcasts together, we actually research these topics. We don't just sit around and think, okay, what are we going to do? No, we don't Google other people's stuff and plagiarize their stuff. These are actual topics that me as a personal, like a life coach and public speaker, these are things I researched. These are things that you guys have researched or experienced, so that's my top 10, right? But let me ask you this. Things that weren't on the list, things that didn't make the cut. What do you guys, is there something on there that you think you might want to add?
Man, there's a ton, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole
There's a
bunch.
ton. I think for me personally, like, the thing is that, and everybody's been in this situation, you're in a relationship and you think that that's it. Like, that's going to be the person, that's going to be the one you're going to marry, you're going to be with them forever, you're going to have kids, you're going to have the white picket fence, all that shit, right? And what ends up happening? Shit goes south.
Sometimes,
You're wasting
yeah.
your energy.
Most times, yeah.
Most of the time,
This
bro.
is coming
most
from
of
the
the
two single
time,
guys in the group,
Most of the
trust
time,
me.
and I don't
Are
care
we
what
a
any.
little bitter?
I don't
Sometimes,
care.
yeah.
I don't care what anybody says, man. Like, it fucking happens. You're gonna think that that's a relationship you're gonna be in forever. It's gonna be great, and shit goes south. How much time? How much energy? How much money, dude, is spent on being in a relationship like that? When that shit, and I'm gonna say it again. I've been emphasizing it this whole podcast. If it does not contribute to your value and where you're trying to go and your purpose, fucking get rid of it.
Okay. Now, again, that's easier said than done because there's times that we've been stuck in situations where we're working at it. It is a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you something. People tell me things all the time about, well, why don't you have a girlfriend? Why aren't you married? And look, I'm going to tell you, I'm looking for the right one. Okay,
We're all looking for the fucking
as an
right one,
investor,
bro.
as a businessman, right? As an investor, I'm not gonna just put my money into just the first thing that comes along, right?
I need to learn that rule.
Well, yeah, definitely, but it's the same thing with a relationship. Now, I don't treat my relationships like a business, but the mindset's the same.
Maybe
I'm
you
not gonna
should.
waste my time. Well, sometimes
We
I think
should.
that,
We
yeah,
should.
because
We
I'm
should.
successful in that.
We should.
But
Yeah. Yeah, we
here's the
should.
thing: is like I'm not gonna waste my time if I'm dating you. That means we're going out, we're having a good time, we're having dinner, whatever. I'm not gonna waste my time. If you throw up 100 red flags within the first month,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I value myself enough to move forward.
And we've been through enough, so.
Hey, everybody, before we move on, I just want to say this. Hey guys, if you are supporters, let's say if you're a business owner and you're a supporter of the Wolfpack Show, honestly, we are growing by leaps and bounds every single day. If you're a supporter of what we're talking about, we'd like to promote, of course, male empowerment with at the same time with some we're leaning towards helping the ladies out and making wise choices when it comes to picking guys out for their lives. But not only that, we're also hitting interesting topics as far as like music, arts. We're hitting local events and things like that. If you'd like to be a sponsor, please, we would love your support. This stuff, of course, it doesn't pay for itself. We'd love to be able to plug your business. So if you're a supporter of what we're doing, please contact our executive producer, Miss Norma Luna. DM her at the Wolfpack Show, and she'll get you all that information. But anyways, let's get back into the show, Eddie. You're about to make a very interesting point.
Well, I think that with the regrets that I've had, the main regret that I have was the whole cheating thing. But not only that though, it had a domino effect.
Okay.
With it, because not only did I cheat, but I had my family very upset with me because the person that I cheated on was a family member,
Beloved.
a very beloved person. Okay. I mean, she could walk in my grandparents' house and be treated like a grandchild.
That was your wife?
That was the person right after.
Can I
wife.
ask you a question real quick,
Sure.
just not to get off the tangent, and we'll get back to it, just real quick, because I want to know. This was the question I was going to ask earlier. So this person that you cheated on,
mm-hmm.
Did you tell her or she found out?
I blatantly did it in front of her and didn't have any.
I got nothing to say.
I actually took this woman to my house with her being there.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Okay.
As
That's
I look
a different
back,
story,
as I look back at it now,
That's a different story.
Yeah, it seems like it was kind of an out of body experience. Now I think about it, it seems like a really bad dream.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened, but it happened.
Were you on like mushrooms or what?
Well, no, I think I was just taken over by something that just wasn't me.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a demon in your house.
By this time, I had
happens.
already found God before this, and I guess maybe the evil one just got the best of me, and it happened. So then, my family was upset with me. My daughters, which hurt a lot, were very upset with me, and I still didn't care at that point. So, like I said, it caused me to really think about how I approach relationships. Now, granted, after all that, I've been in some pretty, shaky relationships, to say the least.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, these other relationships that I was in, I probably could have cheated, and it probably would have been, I don't want to say justified, but I want to say that it was people probably wouldn't have blamed me if I would have gone that route. And I chose not to. Even though they were super toxic, even though people were telling me, you have no business in these relationships, you have no business being with this person, and it didn't matter.
So
it didn't matter at that time.
So the person that you were with, that's your regret, is cheating on that person.
Cheating in general.
I was gonna say I think it's more of an in general thing.
Like, okay, this is really fucked up, and I'm probably getting a lot of flack for this as well too. I've been in a multitude of relationships, and you can ask my cousin. He's our engineer and one of our producers. But
Brandon,
I've
we
been
did
in
a fact check.
I've been in a
is that true?
shitload, and again, like I said, every relationship we think that's the one we're gonna be with. Blah, 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 blah. We paint this fucking whole picture, right? Mm-hmm. And I came to the understanding of maybe it's not, because I've been through so many, and I've had a lot. Like, I've helped a lot of fucking girls out, and some of them tried to put me in jail. Some of them tried to fucking take my money. Some of them tried to do a lot of shit. So I got to an understanding at one point where I was like, not that I cheated on all of them, or even my last relationship or whatever, but I got to the understanding where I'm like, I didn't start feeling guilty about doing shit because shit just started to fucking hit the fan to begin with.
See, I'm gonna jump in.
And that's a fucked up. That's a fucked up way to think.
It is.
But I don't feel any fucking guilt for it.
Nowadays, that's how people think. And social media doesn't help either, because you have so many options. I mean, even me. Look, I know I'm a good-looking dude. I've got a lot to offer. I'm not the best-looking guy in the world.
You're fucking sexy motherfucker.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that. Was one of my biggest fans right there. But anyways,
the number one fan.
Yeah, there you go, my only fan. But in my DMs, I have women that are kind of egging me on, and some of them are married, some of them are in relationships. Look, and we're not always going to agree. Don't think this is a a set of
Politically
guys,
correct
yeah, well, that
fucking
for sure,
podcast,
to
right?
say
Yeah.
the least. It's not,
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it's not a group of guys that are just we're just rehearsed to say the same shit and just regurgitate
Yeah.
an agenda.
Nah,
No,
dude, nope.
they all have Offset. We talk a lot of shit to each other because we don't agree with a lot of things that we're saying. But I'm gonna say this, and Aaron's gonna understand where I'm coming from. Look, I get it. Your relationships nowadays, they're not always the best, right? The regret of cheating is always going to be one that, like you said, it affects a lot of people, right? Me personally, I have been accused of cheating a multitude of times. Have I ever cheated? Absolutely not. And I will take that to my grave. My God is my witness. I am a spiritual man. I'm
Saint
not. I'm
Orlando
not.
over here.
No, I'm not a saint. I was just gonna say that I'm not a
good.
saint, but I am a realist. Have I been tempted? Absolutely, but I've never cheated, regardless of how crappy and I've been in nothing but shitty ass relationships, and that's partly my fault because I picked the wrong ones. But because those fucking wrong ones,
There's women out there going,
think
this,
there's so
this
much
lying
fun.
motherfucker
I think,
right
that's
here.
a great,
But
I
see,
think that's a
okay,
fucking
no,
great
hold on, hold on.
topic. I
Hold
think that's
on.
a great topic for the fucking
No,
for another
let me
show,
bring my,
dude.
my
That's
point
great.
home. Let me bring my point home.
Do it, dog.
Look,
Bring it.
you're right, Eddie. There's a lot of women
Yeah.
that are out there thinking I'm full of shit, but those are the same women that were telling me I was cheating back in the day when I wasn't.
Right.
And shame on you because you thought I was cheating when I was being the most fucking loyal man that it could be. And I don't have the regret,
Yeah.
but I don't care how much you want to justify it.
Sure as not.
Cheating is wrong. You don't do it. And I know it's easy because, again, there's so many options out there. And people can think, right now, there's probably 100 followers that are thinking, this guy's full of shit. But that's the one place where I draw the line.
I think they think I'm more a cheater than you
fuck
are,
with people's
probably.
money. I do not fuck with people's relationships. And I'm not going to,
No.
when it comes
Yeah,
to your heart,
that's one thing.
I would
if
vouch
you,
for you.
no,
Yeah, I'd
if
vouch
you
for you
trust
on
me,
that.
listen,
I wouldn't
listen.
fucking
If
do
you trust me with your heart, I'm going to protect it.
Yeah.
Because the most fucked up thing there is in this world is, like the meme says, a man that awakens a woman's heart just to destroy it. I'm not going to be that guy. Regardless of how miserable I am, I'm just going to say, you know what, baby girl, it's just not working. I'm going to move on. I'm going to do me. You do you. And maybe sometime later, I might find somebody else.
That's sweet.
That's just it. That's just me.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's,
You know?
that's sweet.
Well, I think,
That's sweet.
but
And that's not the whiskey.
That's so
talking.
sweet.
well, one, I can, I mean, I'll vouch
Y'all are
for
just
you
sweet
because I've
guys,
seen
right?
that.
Wait. This motherfucker's vouching for me.
I'll
Let him
vouch for him.
vouch.
Hey,
We don't need you to fucking vouch for this dude. We fucking know. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I mean, when I first met you,
Tell him, bro.
just
tell
like
him.
you
They're
always, just
listening.
like you always said, you know, when people say, you know, Orlando's full of shit. This guy is the most genuine guy.
Nah, I
that
got my
know.
cards ready. He came up. He ain't full of shit.
So
Thank you.
So you know, he's legit. But we, like Orlando said, we have dealt with some things in our life that are very real and have done. I don't want to say damage.
We've
you
all.
know, I would, you know, yeah,
but we
it's a-
evolved. We
yeah,
all have
we
a
evolved.
fucking backstory.
But
bro.
we evolved from all that, and we overcame it, and we may not be exactly where we want to be.
So you'll never cheat again.
but never,
You'll never. Cheat
never.
ever.
I've never,
I've never cheated ever.
I guess I'm the
No,
only
and
fucking cheater
I've
here.
also
But
been tempted
no,
as well.
no judgment. No judgment. I'm sorry, Eddie. Go ahead.
I've also been tempted as well.
Ah,
But
I'm
I've-
tempted all the time.
We're not
Yeah.
saying you haven't.
Yeah,
you
but
I'm
sexy
tempted
motherfucker.
all the time.
Yeah, I've been tempted as well, but I always told the person I'm with, I will walk away before I even think about doing that because
And
I'm
it
not going
is-
to put
it is
myself
e-
through that.
Look,
shit
it
either.
is easy to say that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but okay.
I'm just gonna
I
do it.
forget who it was. I think Dave Chappelle or someone said this back in the day. They said, "How the fuck do you make a bad choice when it comes to cheating?" Right?
Yeah.
There is like a series of choices that have to be made from accepting the DM, responding to the DM, accepting the text, responding to the text,
Dude.
meeting up, going here, picking the outfit, taking
Wow.
a shower, doing all these things. Then meeting up. There's a whole.
I'm gonna-
listen. There's a
dude,
whole bunch of times.
fuck,
Listen,
dude.
fucker. Listen. I'm about to preach.
I'm
okay?
gonna
Big
put
Daddy's
you
on
in.
the
I'm
mic.
gonna tell you though. I'm
Big
gonna fucking.
Daddy
I'm
is
gonna
on the
set
mic.
some
Listen,
shit for you though. Real
listen
quick.
to this shit. There is a whole list of things you could do. You have to do to get to the point of cheating from conception to birth, right? Sometimes literally. But if at any point of that time, you could say, "I'm not doing it." I know I'm all dressed up, and right before, what cologne should I wear? Which one's gonna make me smell sexier? You know what? I'm gonna stop right there.
I want
I'm
to
just
say
not
something's
do it.
gonna fucking blow your mind, bro.
Fucking
And this,
blow my
this-
mind,
and this
baby.
is gonna be a topic for another show, dog. Everybody fucking cheats. Everybody cheats.
Prove me wrong. Tell me. I want
the
to hear
next.
this one.
No, dude. This is a topic for
Okay.
a whole other fucking
So we're
podcast.
gonna host to this
I'm
one.
telling you, dude. Everybody fucking cheats.
Oh my
Think about
gosh.
it. Cheating is
Okay.
not going and sticking your shit in some other girl or having a girl
I
get her
agree.
shit stuck
I
into.
totally agree.
It could be emotional.
Yep.
It could be physical.
Yep.
Most of the times it's emotional, dude. Every single
9
this
times out of
this
10.
this is my saying. I'm gonna say it. Fucking.
But hold
put
on,
this
before
shit
you
on
say
my TikTok,
that,
bro.
this is a teaser because this is gonna be the next show about cheating.
Every female cheats. If you're lucky enough, it's not gonna be physically.
Okay.
That's it.
Now every so
fucking it, dude.
with that being said, we're saying also
Every
every male
buddy
cheats.
cheats.
Damn, I can't wait for that show.
including
Okay,
females.
so
Everybody
that's
cheats.
the teaser.
Everybody
right
cheats,
there.
Yeah.
dude.
So
everybody
you guys are gonna have to stay tuned
cheats.
because that's gonna be
How
good.
much,
That's fire right
How
there.
much shit are you gonna take?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So stay tuned for that.
Yes. So that's gonna be the next episode. Episode 4. Everybody cheats.
We are the
All right?
Wolfpack.
Hey guys, we are the Wolfpack Show. I am Orlando Cardenas.
Aaron Lee.
Eddie Mendoza.
We want to thank you so much for just supporting us. Every single day we grow and grow and grow. And we can't do that by watching our own show. You guys are the ones that are making it happen. We just show up, we drink a little whiskey, talk a lot of shit, and we have a badass support team behind us. We want to thank Randon Martinez. We want to thank Norma Luna. We want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Brandon Welch. We want to thank Jonathan Ruiz. We want to thank everybody that's behind us because, again, without you guys, we would not be here. We're just 3 guys sitting on the couch talking shit.
We'll see
Thank
you
you so
later.
much. We are the Wolfpack Show. God bless.
Love you guys.
Thank you.